President Trump is once again publicly calling on Federal Reserve Chairman Jerome Powell to lower interest rates after a new employment report shows job creation slowed in May. I want to bring in CBS News MoneyWatch correspondent Kelly O'Grady. So, Kelly, what's the latest on this report? What does it tell us? And will it affect the Fed's approach to inflation?
So this tells us that the labor market is weakening. We were expecting 110,000 jobs in May to be added to the private sector, which is what this tracks. We only got 37,000. That is a big gap. And we actually saw small businesses lose jobs. Of course, those are the ones that are getting squeezed the most by tariffs and those cost challenges. The Federal Reserve, they instead look at the jobs report we're going to get on Friday. That's from the Bureau of Labor Statistics. But if that data reflects similar things to we saw today, yeah, that's when you could see them talk about an interest rate cut.
Yeah, so many people are focused on the economy, and CBS News has revamped its price tracker to make it more user-friendly. So can you walk us through that?
Yes, I'm going to show you this price tracker in a second. It can be found at cbsnews.com/prices. And our data team tracks the latest pricing info on everything from eggs to gasoline. So when you click on the home page, you'll see at the top our overall CPI tracker. And here it says that inflation hit 2.3% in April compared to where it was a year ago. And that's, a high-level number. But what does that actually mean in terms of real prices for everyday goods? And you can see an example of that on the tracker for the food category on this drop-down menu. It shows the cumulative difference in prices going back to 2022. So if you had a $100 grocery bill in January of 2022, those exact same groceries would now cost you $116.56. Now, you can also use the tracker to look at more specific items. For example, you click that drop down and say you want to look at apparel. You can see that your new sweater is now 7% more than it was in January 2022. And you can also get really fancy, Tom, and use your mouse, and you can drag it along the line here and see what the price of something was at a particular point in time. So 2 years ago, June 2023, apparel cost about 5.2% more than what it cost in January 2022. You're also going to notice on the price tracker this yellow box right here. It denotes an item is facing a tariff under the new trade policies. And for example, 97% of clothes and shoes are imported, according to the American Apparel and Footwear Association. So those items could see prices rise even more if stores pass the extra costs from importing these items on to consumers. If you like data like me, go check it out, Tom.
Yeah, that is a fascinating tool. Little depressing to look at with the prices, but very, very useful. Kelly O'Grady, thank you. And if you want to see how some other prices have changed, including things like eggs and gasoline, you can find all that information online at the CBS News Price Tracker. These numbers will update once the new CPI data is released on June 11th.